I started this gangster shit, and this the mother thanks I get. Hello. I started this gangster shit, and this the mother thanks I get.
Hey, if you're enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button. We need you here. Thanks. All right, hey everyone, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan and trusted member of the media. Thought I'd start making recorded videos again. There's too much stuff going on right now, and it all needs to be discussed by me. This story I just ran across, very interesting. There was going to be a movie called The Hunt. It is now no longer happening. I guess they put this movie on the shelves. Why? Why would they put it on the shelves? Jason Blum. This is a Jason Blum movie. He of Paranormal Activity. This guy can take a $100 movie and turn it into a multi-million-dollar profit. He's just very, very clever and seems to understand the kind of movies that people want to see. This might have been a mistake, and his motives were questionable about it. Like, why would you want to make this kind of movie? What is this movie about? It's a movie in which 12 Republicans supporting strangers wake up in a clearing and realize they're being hunted by liberal elites, calling them deplorables. Oh no, the deplorables. We gotta hunt the deplorables. So it's like the most dangerous game, but it's completely soy-based. That's the whole theme of this movie. Imagine the absolute unhinged balls of the left in America, that they are having these kind of fantasies at this point, that they actually do want to capture Republicans, throw them in the woods, and I don't know, just chase them down. Try to murder them in the woods with it, like The Most Dangerous Game. If you haven't seen The Most Dangerous Game, I mean, that's a story that has been turned into movies, television, etc., over and over and over again, in which very wealthy people capture, enslave, an individual or individuals, throw them out into the woods, and then basically try to hunt them like animals, because humans are the most dangerous game. And of course, it's also the fantasy. It was also the fantasy of the Zodiac Killer. One of the reasons why he was doing what he was doing, or so he said. So, at this point, we've got Democrats, we've got far left wingers in Hollywood sharing fantasies with the Zodiac Killer, and murderous fantasies. So anyway, this is an article on Bleeding Cool about it. Apparently, you wonder, you go, wait a second, like, why would Jason Blum, like, what is he trying to say? Is he trying to say that Democrats have all gone crazy? Is he sympathetic to Republicans, to Trump supporters at this point? The answer is no, because he was quoted in the past. This nutcase, quote, "I would take out the current administration." Well, let's find out some more. There's been a lot of heat of late over the release of The Hunt, a movie written by Nick Cuse and Damon Lindelof, in which 12 Republicans supporting strangers wake up in a clearing. By the way, Damon Lindelof, is that Damon Lindelof? Is it the same guy? Damon Lindelof from Lost, that old TV show? It really bothers me that there's a Damon Lindelof and a Damon Lindelof, and I really hope it's the same person, and he just took the OF off the end of his name. And I can't figure out if that's the case or not. Anyway, in which 12 Republicans supporting strangers wake up in a clearing. Oh, that sounds like Lost. That's except for the Republican part. And realize they're being hunted by liberal elites, calling them deplorables. Universal will no longer be releasing the Blumhouse film on September 27th as planned. They initially paused marketing campaign for the film and then stated, while Universal Pictures has already paused the marketing campaign for The Hunt, after thoughtful consideration, the studio has decided to cancel our plans to release the film. We stand by our filmmakers, our lunatic filmmakers, and will continue to distribute the weird films in partnership with bold and weirdo, crazy far left-wing creators like those associated with this satirical social thriller. It's a satirical social thriller. That's what it was. Not a crazed, murderous fantasy by penisless parakeet males trapped in cages, seething with feminine violence. It was a satirical social thriller, don't you know? But we understand that now is not the right time to release this film. No, it isn't. Not right before a big election. Of course not. These people have woken up to the idea that a movie like this would be an enormous self-own, as they say on Twitter. It's a self-own. Donald Trump attacked the media as a result of publicity for this film, stating Hollywood is racist. What they're doing with the kind of movies they're putting out, it's actually very dangerous for this country. I don't know is that racist? What is Trump referring to when he says that? And speaking about this movie, he's calling it I didn't see any of the publicity for this film, so I don't know. But it's more like just hateful. The article goes on. I'm not entirely sure. And by the way, this paragraph shows the canny nature of Rich Johnson and the way that he kind of tends to understand how, and I hate to pay Rich Johnson a compliment of this sort, but Rich Johnson understands that some of these things actually boomerang back. When we talk about a self-own, this kind of thing would boomerang back and make the filmmakers look like dickheads, and of course, just prove the entire point about what we've been saying all along, that social justice warriors have taken over Hollywood, they've taken over comics, they've taken over video games, they've taken over everything that people love, and they are seething with anger and violence, and they wish normal people harm. So it's pretty much exactly what Rich Johnson says here. He says, I'm not entirely sure that a movie in which a bunch of Trump-supporting everyday Joes fight back against a bunch of liberal elites trying to hunt them down and call them deplorables feeds entirely into Trump's detractors. That's quite right, but we would have to see how these people were presented. We'd have to see who wins. I would really hope that a movie this degenerate by people, this degenerate would actually realize that their side of the aisle would kind of be the bad guys in this situation. I hope so. Nevertheless, the producer of the movie and founder of Blumhouse Productions, Jason Blum, a man who made millions, hundreds of millions of dollars on his own films until feminists came forward and said, where are the women in your studio? How come you only work with men? How come it's not right. You should have some women. And he's like, well, I have my own way of doing things, and I'm very, very successful, as you can see. And the feminists went, yes, but you don't want to be a successful sexist, do you? And he went, no ma'ams, no ma'ams. I don't want to be a successful sexist. I'm going to start hiring women and losing money right away. I don't want to mess with you people. And so that's what he did. So he's already been cucked out. All right, so producer Jason Blum already made his opinions about Trump and the current administration rather clear. When he was doing press for Happy Death Day, a movie written by the great Scott Lobdell, the movie he produced a couple years ago, they asked him what he would do if he could keep reliving the same day, and would he be able to act without consequences? Well, director Chris Landon said he would just eat, and eat, which is a good idea. I would do the same. Jason Blum said, let's just watch what he said here. Let me turn this up all the way. Get a little volume. Here we go.
What would you do if you had a day with no consequences?
I would do what she does. I mean, I would start by eating. I think I would just eat everything.
I would take out the current administration.
That's a great answer.
I went dark.
You went dark, but
you went dark, and you're an a-hole. You lost the election. Okay, you guys lost the election. You're going to have to realize that when it comes to the makeup of this country, you guys are in the minority. This guy actually, these are the fantasies that these people have. Having lost an election, they cannot wait, a few years to take it back. They can't take time to recraft a new message. They just want to kill everyone. They want to kill everyone that denied them power. And this guy has expressed that in his interview here, and then he expressed it in a movie he's making. It's absolutely insane. Rich Johnson's just like, take out? Maybe he meant on a dinner date, or why did the local petting zoo, dude? Where did that come from? Rich Johnson, what is this about you touching animals? That's weird. I wouldn't have thought that. Like, take out on a dinner date or to the movies, I would have said. To take out to the movies. Rich Johnson is thinking about touching llamas. Yes, let's go with that, shall we? Yeah, let's. Let's not actually look at this for what it is. So how do I feel about this at the end of the day? I don't know. Like, I guess I would say put the movie out. My attitude is put the movie out. I'm disgusted by its content. I'm disgusted by how weird and angry these people are. But I don't want them to hide that. You know, I think it would be a mistake to encourage these people to hide their feelings, their true feelings about their fellow Americans, and to spare them the consequences of the public actually knowing these things. How do you like it that, you know, this guy whose movies I enjoy fantasizes about, you know, rounding me, my friends, people like me, my family up, putting us out in the jungle and letting weirdos, a bunch of James Guns with guns, actually hunt us down because the country just, you know, we had 8 years of your politics and decided no more. No more, and I think rightfully so. These things, I want people to know them. You know, I would like this to be out in the public. And yeah, I think that by actually canceling Universal Studios, by canceling the movie, you are sparing these guys the wrath of the public and the punishment that they most certainly deserve. So there you go. Very interesting, very interesting. Weird stuff is going on all around us in Hollywood. Politics is driving people. Politics is bringing out the demon in some of these people. You know, that has remained hidden. You know, once, you know, when these people are getting their way, I think they're cool and calm and cheerful. But when they're not, boy, it's ugly, murderous, violence. All right, thanks everyone. If you like this content, let me know. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Please subscribe to this channel. You know, YouTube does kind of accidentally unsubscribe people without their knowing. So double check and make sure that that isn't you. And I'll be back later on today with more videos. I got a lot to talk about today. Bye.
Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053. And I'll probably open it up on the live stream. Thanks very much, everyone.
Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there. Join the Fandom Menace and execute your own Order 66 with our incredible line of t-shirts, Soylo, a Soy Wars story, Tico, a Soy Wars story, and our brand new smoking hot Soy Wars Plan 9. Make a statement today. This is the only trilogy you'll ever need. The link is below in the description.